gravitational waves. The theory of relativity is a single, all-encompassing theory of space-time, gravitation, and mechanics. It is popularly viewed, however, as having two separate, independent theoretical parts, special relativity and general relativity. One reason for this division is that Einstein
is the first official taper week, although last week ended up being kind of a unplanned taper, but that's okay. We actually are going to be hitting PRs galore this week, which is great. First 3 days, we were targeting mostly 8 rep PRs, and here on the bench, we got a new one, and that is excellent. I think this video is going to be a touch longer than usual because we actually have 7 days to actually show you footage from, which is one more than usual. And here we go. I haven't actually been tracking this, but on the days I don't do front squat or belted back squat, I do unbelted back squat in lieu of where I do pauses, and I just go for like a high rep kind of like new record. So last time I think I did 245 for 11, maybe 12. And this time I got 13 reps with 245 and no belt, and that is pretty good. But let me tell you, your legs are really angry when you're doing this kind of stuff. This high rep, high weight kind of stuff really taxes both legs and your cardio. And one other, like you're probably going to see one in a moment here, you know, to set the bar down and throw the headbang. Because as you guys know, normally I have the tunes rocking when I'm doing this kind of stuff, so it also kind of goes with that. It's excellent.
Hooray for me, Billy! In your face! Children is our future, my ass. I'm the future.
That's right, hooray for me, because it's my birthday. And what a better way to spend a birthday than to set a new lifetime PR. Never been this high with the squats for this many reps. The previous all-time best was actually set last time, about 6 weeks ago. But before that, you know, it had been a good, 15, 17 years since I set a 8 rep PR. And the best part about that one was I couldn't make it back to the rack under my own power. So fortunately, I had spotters at the time, and the headbang. So that's a good feeling. And it's good too, because this is the kind of thing, unlike say team sports, where, you know, since you're doing your own thing, it's just wherever you are, just try to improve, you know, day after day. Keep pushing towards making progress, you know, and don't worry too much about, you know, team sports can be really bad in that regard because, you know, oftentimes you can have like the game of your life and yet your team still loses, so it's kind of like, what a waste, you know what I'm saying? Coming up here, you're going to see a new exercise. It is called the Klokov press, and you can think of this as a super wide grip. I take my bench grip, super strict behind the neck press. No legs are allowed, and I think this is kind of doing wonders for my posture because it doesn't let my shoulders hunch forward. It seems like I stand up straighter after doing this kind of stuff, and I like it a lot. So check it out if you face and the hair of destiny. Wow. So last year, if you guys remember, I was #1 because I'm the best. Well, this year, all the ones. Yeah, it's like even better. So not sure what's gonna happen with the extra weight. I'm assuming slower times, but if I recall correctly, just broke 23 minutes last year, so we'll see what happens. Check you guys later. Peace. Yo, post-race checking in with the fat face. As you can see, the sun came out, which is a bit of a bummer because it was already warm and humid, but at least when it was overcast, you know, it wasn't horrible. Then the sun just came out for the whole race, so that was annoying. But not too bad. 24:29 is the time. Don't know if you guys can see that, but you're just gonna take my word for it if you can. It was pretty good. I went out too fast. Hit 740. Is that right? Yeah, it's like 740 at the first mile, which is by far the hardest mile because it's like a big uphill. Then it was like 750, 754. Is that right? Yeah, 47, 54, 59. So pretty good. We'll talk a little more later. Catch ya. Yeah, nutrition. Nutrition. You know what? My calves are already starting to like lock up, and I can feel my quads just like, ugh, like what have you done? Oh yeah, so Monday, yeah, calves, ankles, quads destroyed. And my side as well, where I had like a diaphragm cramp for like the last 2 miles of that race. But hey, I've been tracking front squats and inclines in my chart, but I think I'm going to. That'll probably be my project for this coming weekend, is to add both of those exercises into my PR chart so I can keep track like I do with the squat and bench, etc. And speaking of incline PRs, do you guys remember it wasn't that long ago where I could do this weight once? So we're definitely making excellent progress because, man, like I said, it hasn't been that long since I could only do this for a single, and now it cranked out 8 reps. Oh yeah, so this time around, unlike last time, I kept in my both front jerk and behind the neck jerk, because if you recall, I mentioned I had noticed a significant skill diminishment, and I almost like tipped over on the first time I did the front jerk, I think. So this time I'm maintaining my practice with those movements. We talking about practice, and so hopefully when I go back, you know, it's a real smooth transition back to what I was doing before. Oh, and one other thing is that I'm doing singles that are higher than my previous daily max bests, so that's kind of cool as well. So starting with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm now looking for 6 rep PRs, and we got a new one on the bench in the last clip. And here we go with some more crazy high rep no belt squats. This was 255 on the bar, I believe, and we cranked it out for a boatload of reps, and as per usual, man, they just take it out of you. Yeah, you know, getting back to that topic of, you know, individual sport, and you just, you know, make progress as you're able to. You know, I think it's whatever you like to do, you know, you can do that with pretty much anything. The two things that come to mind for me are obviously weightlifting and running, because those are easy things to track and see how your progress is going. If you guys remember when I got injured last year, even though I had to start back over, basically you just, you know, go back to try and beat what you did last week. So, you know, I started when I came back with like just the bar, I think, on my squats. We're squatting 300 for lots of reps. And just in case you forgot, it's hump day! Lots of reps, like I just mentioned. This is a new 6 rep PR, and I was quite pleased with this because there was still some lingering issues from the running race. It's like, I'll tell you what, man, if you don't train running, and then you go out and you try to run like a 5K as hard as you can, you're going to pay for it, like, like I did. So that's definitely something I need to consider going forward, is possibly work in maybe just one day at a minimum of potentially, you know, I have a good loop right outside my house that's like 7/8 of a mile, and so I was thinking, you know, I could go and just run that hard, hips and hopefully my diaphragm as well, because like I said, man, that thing cramped like crazy and it was just awful. Oh yeah, I should probably add close grips in along with front squats and inclines in terms of tracking PR numbers, because as you'll notice, I've been doing close grips this week, slightly different rep scheme than everything else. I did 10 max set of 10 on, is actually Saturday. Normally it's Sunday workout, and then a max set of 8 on Wednesday. So I'm going to track that as well, so that going forward I'll know what to beat. So moving into the final workout of the week, we need to set a new 6 rep 2-week section at the end of cycle 5, and I noticed I did 212.5 for that. And headbang, yeah. So what is good news on the weather front, looks like fall will be arriving on the inclines. So we're going to be finishing off here with one final clip, and as always, we're going to end with mother. It's the dodeca mother, yeah. Getting old, still setting some PRs, so quite low because it is the taper week, but that's okay. Total for the year, 4.49 million, excellent. And the 2016 goals update, yeah, we are currently at 75.72 for the year. So in a shocking, slightly off on the calories, but we are pretty darn close, so I'm okay with that. A little bit tough to track some of them birthday treats, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, next week we're on the usual schedule, and we will see you guys then. Take care.